Hey, Bunny. Wonderful series this week. I get a email from the blog of the posts, and so I'm in Google Mail right now, but I kind of like the size, and the reason I'm doing the video with this is that I'm not going to change or edit any of these, and I don't know, it was a good place to begin. So congratulations. I love this series. What I like too is that you annotated the pictures with what was going through your mind, both perceptually and later as you edited the pictures. You're doing everything that I was suggesting, moving in, filling the frame, looking for detail, focusing on composition, paying attention to light and design, especially light and shadow. And yeah, those are the elements for wonderful photography, and this great series proves it. So yeah, the simple circular ring here against the rock, and that you said the sun was hitting these rocks beautifully and throwing off strands of light, and capturing that and making an image and editing for that. That's about it. This is great. Let's go down to the next here. Shell with sand in hand. I like this. Yeah, you had a hard time focusing it. When we get in very close on our subject, the depth of field is very narrow, and because one hand is already taken up with holding the shell here, you're not able to focus with the other hand, or the autofocus is having trouble locking down. Good technique here is to put it into manual focus, send the focus ring as close as you can get it, and then in order to focus, then you just move the camera in and out manually by moving either your hand or the camera or both until it locks into the spot that you want, and kind of have your finger on the shutter at the same time, and then just at that moment when everything locks into place, you hear the click. The best analogy I can give is hitting a baseball. A pitcher makes a pitch and a ball is coming at you, and just intuitively you know when to swing the bat and connect with the ball, and it's that kind of moment that happens to focus on the macro like this. This is one of your favorites, I think, and it reminds me of a William Blake line, the wonderful poet William Blake: to see the world in a grain of sand and heaven in a wildflower, hold infinity in the palm of your hand and eternity in an hour. Ultimately, yes, as we photograph, the beyond composition and light and design and all those elements that I keep trying to stress is that these things are also a metaphor for life and experience itself. So this is great. Moving down here, tire tracks in the sand. Yeah, I love this. Very simple, very clean, really nice. Reminded of Alex's bench on cobblestones from last week. When we're out photographing as beginners, we constantly are worrying about the big deal, the big event, and paying attention to small things that you would not otherwise notice, is where real work begins. And I'm kind of amused to say you did something to make it more granular, but if only you can remember what you did. Basically, we want to gather light towards the center, vignette the edges a little bit if you need to. Use your levels to bring up the light and raise the contrast if you need to. And there is another thing you can do to sharpen. It's a filter called Filter Sharpen Unsharp Mask, and you can dial in the amount that you need. And on a granular subject like this, sharpening can help create a sense of sharpness. So, yeah, the barnacles on this horseshoe crab, again, nice job with keeping the light and the focal point together. And learning to play with the lasso and how you want to adjust things, that's perfect. And the same thing on the next one as well. This would have been jet black, except that you lassoed the tire and brought up the detail. And, yep, shell on sand. I appreciate that you suggested that you could have cropped it closer, but leaving the space of the sand around it was very important. You like the loneliness that the extra sand around it showed. Well, yeah, that's another way of saying that we don't always just crop in on the object itself, but it's the context within the space, and all these things contribute. Everything in the frame contributes to this. I like this shadow. Oh, hold on. Okay, picking up where I left off, let me keep moving forward here. From here on, it gets a little gritty. So bait and fish head. There's just something about fish eyes. Yes, I agree. The interesting thing is that you could still find beauty or interest in things that we turn away from. I like the editing here, that this is quieted down, and again you brought the light into the eyes here, and the outside is darkened. Black and white is perfect for this, and the fish bait tail. I love your observations about how the sun hit portions of the fin and made the fish tail luminescent. Simple, clean, really nice. Marlboro Man. Yep, okay. Even, yeah, coffee cup wedged in the rocks and Marlboro Man. You know, there's a poignancy that you're out to look for beauty in nature and come up against these instances of a destruction of nature. But it's very good, very effective. Again, from a point of view of light alone, we've got the strong light area that's the focal point. With the two rocks slightly darker. I like the framing in here very much. It's well done. Okay, so nothing else to add. I wouldn't change a thing. All I can say is you're doing a great job. Keep shooting, keep it up, keep learning more Photoshop, and great. See you in the next one.